Is this my art? I think this is my art. This is where I tell a story. You know, back when I was a boy, when I grew up in Skylight Tracks, Sultan, Washington, Pacific Northwest. All right. The world seemed so enclosed back then. It seemed so grand. It seemed so far-fetched. And I remember living on those 4 streets. Occasionally taking the main street out to go to town. That main street leading to what potentially could be. But I grew up on those 4 streets and just dreaming of what potentially could be. Okay? There was one particular trip on that road that took us in and out of those 4 streets. It was called Man Road. And on the way into or towards my home, or those 4 streets, I was hitchhiking. And I got picked up by this gentleman in a pickup truck. And in that pickup truck, I laid in the bed. And I remember I laid there with a friend of mine. And there's these 2 corners. Not corners, what am I saying? Bends on that road that stand out. One of them is like a mudslide where a lot of slides have happened, and another one, excuse me, I'm gonna be drinking during this, but another one of them is called Devil's Elbow. Okay, and it was on Devil's Elbow heading towards my house, laying in the bed of that truck, that I remember looking up at the trees. Like, all I could see were the trees. I couldn't see the houses. I couldn't see the road. All I could see were the tops of the trees, okay? And I remember just dreaming. Because while I didn't have the hardest upcoming, okay, it definitely wasn't pleasant. And while I dreamed, I always pictured of the possibilities of the places I could go. I dreamed of California. I dreamed of Texas. I dreamed of anywhere. Everywhere. Anywhere, everywhere, just not there. And what stands out to me now is I've been out. I've gotten away. I guess what I'm trying to say is I sit here today. I'm literally in Austin, Texas. I'm at a library. I'm in a parking lot because I don't know where else to go. Like, I have money to get into a place and all that good shit. I have a job, blah, 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 blah. But I guess I'm just lost. And I guess a part of me from that trip, from that time I hitchhiked in the back of that gentleman's pickup truck, and I sat there on Devil's Elbow and I looked up at the treetops, and somewhere in my mind it just became engraved that I needed to go somewhere. Okay? I had to get out. Where? Who? What? Where? Why? For how long? I don't know. All I know is that I had to get out. And I have. Multiple times. The Job Corps, Astoria, Oregon. Was there for a year. I went to Dallas, Texas. Came here for 6 months. I went to upstate New York for 6 months. And now I'm back here in Austin. Every year, I have left state for as long as I remember. In search of something. I don't know, like, what am I making this for? I guess the thing is, like, I don't see how people can just sit in one place for their entire lives. It's fucking bewildering to me. I don't understand it. And if I'm being honest, I don't want to understand it. It's crazy to me. Because in my line of thought, when I hit my deathbed, I don't want to sit there and go, yeah, I did it. I went there, I saw things, experienced it. High tide, low tide, everything in between. I did it. But where some people, they want to spend their lives, like, and I can't emphasize that enough. Spend their lives. Like, you only have one. Okay? And it's ticking by 1 second at a time, whether you like it or not. And you have on average 80 years. And it's weird to me that people just spend it watching this sun come up and then watching it go down. And that's it. And they just count their days, they count their holidays, to their years, to their decades, to their generations, to their whatevers, till they're old and gray, and then they're down to their dying day. That is what's fucking crazy to me. What I'm doing right now is crazy to people. I'm living out of my car, that I'm experiencing shit. But what's crazy to me is what I just expressed, what I just described. That is what's fucking, that's crazy to me. So I hope down to my dying day. I just turned 33 a couple days ago. I hope down to my dying day that I keep this spirit up. That I just keep pressing forward. That I just keep wondering and wandering. Compared to what I have this thought. You know those people that like are afraid to move, afraid to see things, afraid to do things? They're paralyzed by fear. They're paralyzed by the what ifs. And they criticize those that are courageous enough to take a chance. So, and that's me. I'm a living embodiment of that. And I think that just scares people. And don't get me wrong, some people might be like, well, maybe you're just the adventurous type and you're not the homebody type. Let me push back on that. I am so much the homebody type. I love just getting off work and settling down. There's a lot of comfort to it. I love that feeling. Like when I was married, I had a hard day. I could have the hardest day, okay? Get off work. And knowing that I was going home to my animals, to my wife, to my home, to my video games, my kitchen, my bed, my just everything, brought me so much peace. But there's another part of me too, and that's this. I think that's the thing, like, when I try to explain things, they just want to put me in a little box. Oh, he's just the wanderer type, and that's it. Or he's just they always have to put a little label on it. They always have to put a little box on it, because they're trying to, like, it's easier for them to, you know, understand things and comprehend things when it's packaged neatly and nicely. But that's just not me. Like, and I don't think that's most people. I genuinely don't. I think that's I think we all yearn for more. And I think a lot of us just settle in the sake of comfort and security, which is, I don't want to say deeply unfortunate, but it kind of is. It wouldn't be deeply unfortunate if people would just be more welcome to it, have more encouragement behind it. But the fact that they shame it and shun it is, I guess that's my problem with it. So where do I go from here? I think back from when I hitchhiked that one time, I couldn't have been no more than, I think I was like 14. I'm 33 now, so it's like, what, 19 years ago? I just think back to those times and go, how great that was. And I've traveled, I've seen things. And I understand the world differently now. And I think if people traveled more, like and I'll end with this, I think if people traveled more, they would understand that we're a lot more similar than what we're led on to believe. From here to there to New York to whatever, like, a lot of us just want the same things. And in conclusion, those that have traveled, those that have experienced things, those that have seen a larger array of our life's ecosystem, I've resonated closer to. And I guess I just yearn for that. No matter the cost, no matter the difficulty, no matter the obstacles put in place. So I suppose I just appreciate that.